Hi artists, welcome to the next art lesson. We are on lesson 3, geometric construction. So for the next few lessons, we're going to talk about form and structure. My name is Lisa Short and I am so happy you're here with me today. Now, I hope you've been enjoying these lessons so far. If you're just joining us for the first time, come on over and check out Bad Artist School, where we have all kinds of fun drawing prompts, and it's pretty cool people in there. You should come check them out. They got a lot of neat art. Please like and subscribe. Let's get into it. So today we're going to learn about how geometric shapes create everything. Okay, we're even going to talk about form, kind of seeing through objects. That way the proportions of our objects stay correct. So up until now, we've been kind of training our eyes to see. This unit is about training your brain to build. Okay, we're going to talk about some basic shapes and how those shapes create form in the structure. So you're no longer copying outlines. You're going to construct objects. So this is what separates doodling from drawing. And everything you draw, faces, hands, animals, furniture, can be broken down into just a few basic shapes. So let's start off. One of them that we use is a cube. And I have a little trick for that one. If we draw a square, and then you put a dot right in the middle, call it its belly button, and you go and you draw another square right on top of that one. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. We are sketching. And you connect the corners. So like right corner, left corner, top, left, top, right. Okay, this is what I mean by being able to see through the shape. Okay. Now, another one is a sphere. We start with a flat circle, right? But then if you draw the middle parts of it, you can now start to see it as a circle, okay? We also want to talk about cylinders. I kind of started one over here earlier. Put our foreshortened circles, like you take a circle and you squish it, and then connect two straight lines coming down. That's good for mugs, plant stands, things like that. And then a cone. You can draw them either way, but again, that foreshortened circle comes in. You find the center, line up as tall as you want it to go. Connect straight down, left and right, okay? So those are some of our most basic shapes that we can use. Even when you're thinking about the cube, we use that see-through shape to help us build the form. Go ahead and try this again. And then connect it. Depending on what you erase now is what it will look like. So I have my eraser ready. And if I want to look down into the box, I can erase the lines on the interior surfaces. I drew it darker so you could see it easily. And then, suddenly now the box is open. There's this lid flipped open. The side of the box might be darker. There's a shadow coming down. So this is where you start to get into your realism when you do that with those shapes, okay? So let's think about, that part can feel kind of weird, okay? If you're drawing, a flower pot, you need to consider what is on the other side of that flower pot. So yes, I have a curve right here, but if I drew it as a foreshortened circle, my line on the front is going to end up being more clear and correct. Okay, then if I just try to draw it myself. So now I have all the interior. It feels weird, but when you draw through the forms, you're thinking in 3D instead of just in the flat surface. Okay, so like the last lesson when I drew my water cup, it was this similar kind of shape, and I was talking about the negative space around it, right? But I also need to consider, what would I see almost like if it was clear, if it was transparent. Okay, so even if you never see those hidden lines, it's going to help your brain understand this object better. Okay, so like a structural underdrawing, you know, it's just light, it's messy, it's this framework that holds our drawing together. It's going to have loose lines, there's no details yet. You focus on volume, direction, and proportion. So you can see that, let me get these other, my negative space, scribble out of here. So you can see that this is messier, okay? This is messier. This is not a final drawing. This is the beginning of one, okay? So a lot of people think all the speed drawers and everybody we see, well, they have a lot of video editing that they do, which I'm not doing on purpose, because I want you to see that there are these other ways to do this. So it's like, think of scaffolding, right? Your details come after your structure is strong. So you build your scaffolding first, okay? So I want you to just think about and choose an object. You could look around where you are. Again, at my desk, I have water cups and things like that. I do have a flower pot in the room, so I'll look at that. And I want you to look at the object and identify the main forms. Okay, are you looking at a cube, sphere, cone, or cylinder? What does it have mostly? Draw through the forms, like we talked about. And if it feels too easy, you're doing it right. Okay, ignore all the little picky details completely. We're not going to worry about what color it is, how many stripes it has on it, any fancy designs or names that are on it. We'll worry about those things later. And then you add light contour lines to show how the forms connect. So that would be these outer edges. Okay, so you know your drawing might look a little ugly at this stage, and it's because you're like, well, this isn't perfect. This isn't looking exactly how I want. It's about thinking, not finishing. Okay, so go ahead and spend, 5 to 10 minutes, and you can sketch that out, and we'll work on this one a little bit more, and then we're going to come back together with a little wrap up. Okay. All right, welcome back, artists. I hope you had a good time creating your shape. Okay. Please join us on Skool and Bad Artist Skool. I'd love it if you could come and share what shape you picked. I'm curious how it's working out for you. If you share it in the school, I'm able to give feedback. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments down below. You can share it in the Artist Lounge on Skool is for us to post, anything we want to talk about. And I would like to see your forms, see some ideas that you have. If you want to show a little video of your drawing, you can. It's very, very open and available what you can share with us in there. It's free to join. Stop on by. The next lesson that we'll talk about, we'll start moving toward showing volume, talk about how lines help describe 3D shapes. And beyond that, we'll talk more about kind of what you see me doing here with adding this shading. Okay, so we'll talk about adding contour lines. into shapes. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I hope it has helped you learn and you've been able to improve something that can be very tricky with drawing. There's no secret shortcut to this. Practice these shapes. Practice them, practice them, practice them, practice them. The more you draw, the better you get. I hope you stop by and share it with me. It's been great drawing with you again. All right, hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.